I'm Dr. Heather Nelson, and this is a 5-minute pedagogy class. Let's talk about accessibility and adaptability in the private voice studio. When we are learning how to teach singers, like from a university pedagogy course, we may have a textbook or even lectures from a teacher that presents us with an ideal. Let's take posture and breathing as a couple of examples. Most of the time, textbooks that I've read, the ideal posture is something akin to head over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over knees, knees over ankles, that kind of thing. And then that magically makes our breathing easier, and that magically makes our singing easier. The problem is that we are rarely given any alternatives to that kind of ideal. And even more problematic, we hardly ever use that kind of ideal posture when we're in performance. We rarely just stand there stock straight when we're singing. We are using our emotions to connect with audiences, and that will cause us to move our bodies in certain ways. We may be blocking, and so we're walking around, moving around, or even lying down on stage while we're singing. Or we're playing instruments. That kind of posture just isn't ideal at all in actual practice. And then when we have clients who have physical disabilities, maybe they're in a wheelchair or they have scoliosis or cerebral palsy or something like that, that kind of ideal posture is literally impossible. So what do? We could just ignore it, or we could change the way we think about it a little bit. Rather than going for the ideal or the correct way, and we try to get our clients into that correct mold, let's look for an effective way. Now, there's all kinds of ways to breathe, and that's frankly another can of worms that we can open on another day. But when we're thinking specifically about posture, as an example, you can put your body in lots of different kinds of ways and still sing excellently. But we're not really taught how to do that kind of adaptation with clients, particularly with clients who have physical disabilities. And if we want to have an accessible and adaptable studio, we've got to be able to work with these kinds of clients who are not able to reach the ideal. So here's what I suggest. The next time that you rehearse, and I hope you do get a chance to rehearse your own singing on occasion. I know that's hard to fit in during the course of a week when you're running your own business. But the next time that you rehearse your own singing, try putting your body into positions that you don't normally take. So if you normally sing while you're standing up, try sitting down in a chair. Try even slumping in a chair. What happens if you cock out a hip and your shoulders are off kilter? Or if you have to hold your head in a different position? Or laying down on the floor, unless you have a dog, and then you'll have a dog in your face, but whatever. Try putting your body into all of these kinds of positions and notice what changes you have to make in your breathing, in your phrasing, in your dynamics, all of those things in order to sing well. I think you'll find that, yes, you still can sing well. But you have to ask yourself some specific questions. Where are you holding tension? What feels expansive? What feels a little more restricted? How can I change the way that I'm phrasing things in order to modify and adapt to this body that I'm in right now, or this position that I'm in right now? And once you have those kinds of questions and you know how to adjust your own singing to match the body that you have at that moment, that's going to help you to ask the right questions of the clients that are in front of you, so that when you have a client who's in a wheelchair or uses a cane and their body's a little off kilter, you can ask them what things to look for and to adapt as they are getting their singing to an excellent level as well. Now, if you do have clients who are normally able-bodied and have some issues with their alignment that would probably benefit from being worked on a little bit, there are definitely people out there who can do that kind of work and do it well. You're welcome to contact me and I can give you some referrals for people that I know and trust doing that kind of work. Regardless, our goal is not to necessarily get to an ideal, but get to an effective way of singing. Thanks for watching.